Good morning, fellow travelers. It's Jeremiah,
Is it
and
random?
I think so, and Buck, and Wild. I won't show you Buck right now because there's a waterfall over there. But here we are. We car camped at the lodge, stealth car camped. Well, in the '66. They're like, damn, who's working on the diesel engines? And now we're gonna go around the island and try to catch the best sunrise. There's Wizard Island. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Big bright star up there. I don't know if you can see. It's got to be Venus. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire.
You
Your
said penis, right?
desire. Is it not your penis? Your V. It's got to be Venus.
No, your penis.
Pretty neat. Lots of smoke this morning. Must be some fires nearby. It's the sun starting to make its way into this beautiful day. Here's Wizard Island in all its glory. Here's some truffle trees. So 7,700 years ago, this was a giant mountain, Mount Mazuma, 12,000 feet high. And then it erupted at the same time Mount Shasta did. This blew stone, I think, for like 1,000 miles, 6,800 miles higher. This mountain rose from the lake. There's a 2,000 foot rim. And yeah, pretty crazy. So it's not a crater, it is a caldera. We should have just camped here last night. Just kidding.
You can see where the rats have shoot through the door on the bottom.
The Watchman Fire Lookout has been in operation since 1932. An early fire guard scans for smoke through long range binoculars. Wildfire plays an important natural role in the healthy life of Crater Lake forests. It helps control pests and reduce fuel that could cause catastrophic fires. Many native species are so adapted to wildfire that their life cycles depend on it. Summer lightning strikes start over 80% of reported fires. One lightning storm may cause multiple fires. Firefighters try to suppress fires that threaten human life or property. Other fires are monitored but allowed to play their natural role. Fires are detected by aircraft, ground spotters, and lookout staff. Today, the Watchman is staffed when fire danger is high. Wow, that's cool. So they staff it. I'm like, isn't fire danger high? There's no one up in there. Whatever. So there's like actually a fire here, and I'll zoom in. It's the Red Cone Complex, August 20th to November 4th, 2011. 1,203 acres. They're going to need a lot more of these interpretive signs after the last 2 years. It's part of the cycle. We need fires so there's not worse fires. This is devastated down here. Look at that. And then there's just all that. That's all smoke from current fires. Crazy. Measuring the depths. Mapping the depths. To map the readings, researchers used triangulation with engineers on Watchman Peak, that's here, and Sentinel Point. I'm not sure where that is. Must be here on the map. Duh. It's over by the higher mountain. As the fixed points as the boat changed position. Since the time of the very first explorers, we have sought answers to basic questions about Crater Lake. How did it form? Why is it so blue? How deep is it? Members of the 1886 Cleetwood expedition sought to determine the lake's depth. Researchers rowed the 26-foot wooden Cleetwood across the lake, taking depth soundings with a simple device that lowered a metal pipe. Attached to piano wire, the 1,996 foot maximum depth recorded in 1886 was remarkably accurate, only 53 feet off modern sonar findings of 1943 feet. Scientists today continue to measure the lake's biological and physical properties, including its temperature, clarity, chemistry, and the health of the organisms it supports. Deepest lake in the U.S., 9th deepest in the world. 6 miles wide at its maximum. 5 trillion gallons of water. Nice. More boring stuff, or not. Let's see. You can see Lau Rock, Pumice Point, Cleetwood Cove. That's where I went down. I hiked down that rim when it was closed the other year. Skell is the name of the dark god of the underworld that lived here, that fought that other god from Mount Shasta. Cloud Cap. Mount Scott's the big one. Kernotch is the low point. Bam. This is cool. So first it was called Giwas, then Deep Blue Lake in 1853, Blue Lake in 1862, Lake Majesty in 1865, and then Crater Lake in 1869. The Klamath Indian tradition describes the collapse of the mountain and formation of the caldera as the outcome of a tremendous battle between spirit gods. Yes, Skell and that other god from Shasta. After the battle, medicine men gave thanks for the victory in sacred song. The lake was called Giwas. I'm sure I'm slaughtering it, sorry. A most sacred place, known as a place of power. In 1853, 3 gold prospectors happened upon the lake while searching for a legendary gold mine. Miner John Wesley Hillman pronounced it the deepest, bluest water he'd ever seen. After a vote, the group named it Deep Blue Lake. In time, the lake was forgotten. In 1862, a second party of prospectors chanced upon the lake. On their return, a group leader, Chauncey Nye, wrote a brief article in the Jacksonville, Oregon Sentinel, and the first published description of the lake. Nye wrote, the waters were of a deeply blue color, causing us to name it Blue Lake. In 1865, hunters supplying game to a wagon road crew rediscovered the lake. So 3 years after the last people and 12 years after the people before that. Soldiers and civilians working on the road went to see it. Sergeant Orson Stearns climbed down the caldera and reached the lake, like I did, followed by Captain F.B. Sprague. Sprague suggested they name it Lake Majesty. Sprague didn't even... Oh, yeah. Captain Sprague went down there. In 1869, Jacksonville newspaper editor Jim Sutton and several others decided to explore the lake by boat. A canvas boat was constructed and lowered to the water. 5 people visited Wizard Island and spent several hours exploring the cinder cone. In Sutton's newspaper article describing the trip, he called the lake Crater Lake, which is a misnomer, because it's a caldera. Such a whiny pants. All right, let's get out of here. Check it out. I wonder if that's going to make good content. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. There was a hummingbird up here, or at the first thing this morning, even
Wow.
before the sun came out.
Cool.
Dirtbag camp had been there for a while.
So here we are towards the Cleetwood. This is Cleetwood Cove and the Cleetwood Trail. This is where the boats that go out on the lake are. That color blue, look. I don't video edit colors. That's like the actual color. I wish you could see. I should zoom in with the other one. Here, I'm going to zoom in with the other one. Yeah, we're going to go down there later.
on video. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, here's another.
Fun. All right, we are working our way around the lake. You can see Wizard Island. There's the Watchman's Point with that tower on it, Lao Point. And that's it. Lao is the name of the spirit chief of the below world. And Skell is the spirit chief of the above world. So Lao resided here at Mount Mazuma, and Skell resided at Mount Shasta. And stories from the Klamath Indian tradition tell of the many battles here between spirit chiefs Lao of the below world and Skell of the above world. In one visit to the above world, Lao fell in love with the chief's daughter. He promised her eternal life if she would live with him below the mountain. She refused, and in anger, Lao threatened to destroy her people, rushing up through the opening of his mountain and hurling fire down upon them. Skell took pity on the people and stood on Mount Shasta to defend them. They waged battle, hurling red-hot rocks as large as hills, making the earth tremble, causing fiery landslides. The people fled to the waters of the Klamath Lake. Two holy men offered to sacrifice themselves by jumping into the pit of fire on top of the Lao's mountain. Moved by their bravery, Skell drove Lao back underground. When the sun rose, the mountain was gone. It had fallen in on Lao, leaving a large hole. Rains came, filling it with water. The lake became known as Giwas. As a sacred place, Crater Lake was often the destination of vision quests. Young men journeyed alone to the lake, seeking spiritual guidance for the future. Later in life, men might return on a search for skill, power, or the answer to a crisis. This practice continues today. Lao controlled lesser spirits appearing in animal form. One was a giant crayfish that would pluck unwary visitors from the rim and drag them into the chilling depths. Such stories were a lesson to be respectful when visiting the caldera. Sorry. Yeah, so what's interesting is that they said that, and this is the Klamath Indians, and I think the Modoc as well, but they said that in 7,700 years is whenever Mount Mazuma blew up, and Mount Scott, which is over here, is like 8,900 feet. Mount Mazuma was 1,200 feet at the peak in the center. And they said that Skell had the god of the above world, had his minions take the dead Lao back here and to give all of his body to the lake, which his creatures would eat. And then when they finally got to the head, that they realized it was their dead god, and that's what Wizard Island is the head of Skell. There's another cinder cone that's underwater over here, and then the deepest point is 1,963 feet or something close to that. 1,943. That's it. Yeah, cool. Over there's the Phantom ship. We're gonna go that way. Loving you. There's the Phantom ship. I'm being lazy. I didn't get out of the car this time.
Oh, I'll blame you. And it wasn't much to see. I took a picture of the fucking shipwreck, but it's garbage.
Shipwreck! Cool. This is a fun trip around. I think it might go all the way around. I guess we'll see. And there is the Phantom ship. Check it out. There was a magma chamber event that went up into the rocks there, and it was fed into the same main magma chamber of Mount Mazuma, whatever, and that's the remnants of it, that big rocky escarpment up there. But yeah, the Phantom ship remains. It's pretty cool. And here we have V-Day Falls. It's right off the road. If you're going around the rim, it's definitely worth checking out. It's hard to get a good photo. I'm over it. Next spot. And time to take a nap. That's where I'm going to nap. I feel like the water keeps looking more and more blue. And what better place to hammock? I mean, seriously. Right along this trail. Maybe people will come along and think I'm cool. This is the Rim Trail. I highly recommend it. But I'm going to take a nap. I think we got to try to catch the moonrise again over Crater Lake. Hoping some clouds come in for a beautiful sunset, but who knows? Loving you. Oh, I'm out of joint paper, so no weed. Wah. See ya. Nice. Well, it's getting later in the afternoon. Took a nap, and now I think we're gonna head back down towards Ashland and Medford. Buck got some news, so I don't think he's gonna go to descend on Bend. So we're probably gonna split off in the next 2 or 3 days. So rather than being selfish and having him drive me to Roseburg, which is where I wanted to go, I told him head to Medford and we'll figure it out from there. So that's the plan, Medford, Ashland. Maybe go play around at some dating sites, who knows. The girls are pretty open to travelers around those parts. That's about it, loving you, see ya. Look at this chipmunk, he is too cute.
No, he doesn't like it.
Up here.
No, he doesn't like it. Sorry, buddy.
It's meat.
Yeah, it does have salmon in it.
He's a vegetarian.
Well, squirrels will eat the shit out of grasshoppers and meat and stuff.
Oh, that's true.
But they're not squirrels.
They're probably only eating stuff that's smaller than them. Hey, come here. You're cute. I want a picture of you. Oh, here we go. This shot right here.
I'm gonna get out of the sun.
Oh, hey, don't bite me. Come here. We gotta get the other squirrel seeing us drop this. Look, see, if he sees us drop stuff, we're gonna be like, oh shit.
Oh, look, he's going over to mess with Wild. Imagine how frustrated Wild is right now seeing us playing with these things. Oh, wow, the bird's seen it. Look at this.
Oh, it's a pretty bird, even though it's ugly.
Cool. Okay. That
It's a
works.
kookaburra.
Is it really?
No, they're in like South America, or they're in like Australia. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. It's probably a type of woodpecker.
Well, that worked out good, though.
Dude,
That
that's
was
cool. That's a
totally
nice
worse-
shot.
yeah,
Wow.
That was totally worse than dogfish.
Maybe I can get this shot. I know there's got to be at least 30 reasons not to do this. But, oh my gosh. Landslide. I bet you it'll make it to the lake. Totally shouldn't have done that. There's no one down there. There can't be.
I would love to at least get high and go enjoy the drum circle because I really am not trying to gain anyone's approval or anything. I'm not. So strong.
Here we are at the Pumice Desert, just north of Crater Lake, on the way towards Bend and Roseburg and Umpqua Hot Springs. Pumice. Devastation! Oh yeah, check it out. Matt Farley. He has a Templar sword. There's some Freemason stuff. Sweet! Yay, one of my favorite places.